breaking news this morning, Hunter Biden has been indicted in California on 9 tax-related charges. That includes 3 felonies. Hunter Biden is accused of failing to pay more than $1 million in taxes over a 4-year period. That includes nearly $200,000 of income tax in 2019. Hunter Biden also accused of claiming payments to strippers were business expenses. House Ways and Means Committee Chairman Jason Smith putting out this statement on the heels of the news. This is far from over. These new charges address years in which Hunter Biden earned millions of dollars from foreign countries by selling access to the Biden family brand, a brand built on and around Joe Biden's political career. These charges further confirm the need for Congress to move forward with an impeachment inquiry of Joe Biden. Joining me right now is former FBI Special Agent Nicole Parker. Nicole, thanks very much for joining me this morning. Your reaction to these charges?
Maria, I think I echo the feelings of many Americans. It's about time. This is a 9-count indictment. Obviously, we have 6 misdemeanors, 3 felonies. These are tax charges. We saw this gun charge earlier this year, and that was just the tip of the iceberg. We all knew that that was just a slap on the wrist. That's absolutely nothing. We're starting to build into more relevant charges, and this should have happened a long time ago. But you know what? It's better late than never. I looked at the 56-page indictment. It's solid. I mean, this is very black and white. These tax charges, you really can't get around them. So we'll see how he ends up, reacting to this. Hunter Biden, is he going to just plead guilty? Is he going to go for it and say he's not guilty? But I think that right now, all the credit goes to the whistleblowers. If it was not for those IRS whistleblowers and other FBI whistleblowers that have come forward, Americans would have absolutely no clue about this.
Yeah, it's a great point, and the whistleblowers stuck to their story as well and continued to drive home the point that the DOJ was involved in a cover-up. I'm wondering if this is also part of a further cover-up, though, Nicole, because let's face it, Hunter Biden was supposed to go into a closed-door testimony next week on Wednesday, December 13th. He's been pushing to get out of that, trying to make it a public hearing as opposed to the closed-door testimony. Does this impact that now? Can he come out and say, well, I can't do that on the record testimony because now I've been indicted by the DOJ on these charges, these tax charges? And how does the tax charge compare to something like a FARA charge where it's about influence peddling, which is what the House has been working on?
Right. So first off, your first question, I do think that it absolutely will influence his willingness to speak up. And I think that the audience needs to understand the difference between a congressional hearing and a criminal charge. I personally, as a former FBI agent, I want to see those criminal charges because you know what? That criminal charge could potentially put him in jail. The hearing, we want to know what happened. Americans deserve transparency, but I do want to see that the criminal justice system is being restored. This is Operation Restore Criminal Justice because Americans have lost trust. This is just the first step, Maria, in restoring the belief that, yes, it is going to be fair. And if the criminal justice system, the Department of Justice doesn't realize already, agents are going to continue to come forward. This is putting their feet to the fire. No longer are you going to be able to put things under the rug, sweep things under the rug, because it will come forward. Agents are going to speak up, and this is the first, I think, of many things that you're going to see unravel before your eyes.
Well, we'll see about that. Take a look at the cover of the New York Post this morning. Wild child. Hunter Biden spent big on drugs, escorts, exotic cars, while dodging $1.4 million in taxes. The New York Post editorial out with this new column saying this is the case feds should have brought against Hunter Biden in the first place. They write this: it took a small number of brave whistleblowers and a straight-talking judge to stop the sham. IRS whistleblowers Joseph Ziegler and Gary Shapley spoke out after they testified before the House Ways and Means Committee earlier this week. You just referenced them. Let's take a listen.
My story has not changed, and I have further backed up testimony with hundreds of pages of documents and oral and written testimony. Hunter and his associates provided access for wealthy foreign individuals located in Ukraine, Romania, and China in exchange for money to enrich a well-known political family.
I want to tell you that there is more than enough evidence to support the continued investigative efforts of the congressional committees engaged in a review of my claims. Witness testimony, documents, and actual events such as a failed plea agreement have proven our disclosures were accurate.
Nicole, I mean, is it possible that you could actually charge somebody for tax evasion and not investigate where that actual income came from? That's my point here. I mean, the broader story is Hunter Biden's influence peddling and potential bribery, money laundering, even securities frauds, which is what James Comer told me yesterday. So here we've got these tax charges and an indictment over failing to pay taxes. What about the income and where that income came from, which we're told was foreign sources in an influence peddling scheme?
Exactly right. I think that this is just the tip of the iceberg. Like I said, this is the house of cards collapsing, and they have no choice but to further investigate and to continue to look into this. These whistleblowers' story has never wavered, Maria. If you look at it as an agent, you're looking at who's telling the truth. They have stuck to their guns. They have told the truth. Their story has never changed. They have never wavered. We have listened to David Weiss. His story has changed. Merrick Garland, his story has changed. This is the tip of the iceberg. You can expect more to come out of this. But again, it is a good first beginning. This should have happened a long time ago. And again, looking at the actual indictment, looking at the expenditures, I thought it was very interesting to look at the scheduling of the expenditures. $683,000 is put under the category of women. I've never seen that in an indictment before. Wow. So we'll see what happens, and I think there's more to come.
All right, Nicole, thanks very much for weighing in on this. We so appreciate your time. Nicole Parker is a former FBI agent. Thank you.